Nonsiders Podcast, baby! Hell yeah!
Sam,
What up?
got a question for you, man. Tell me about your experience of kind of migrating to America.
Migrating?
Yeah, coming here, moving here.
Bird? Migrating?
Well, you kind of migrated, right?
Yeah, hopped on a bird. Migrating? Immigrating.
Immigrating.
Yeah.
Immigrating.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Immigrating. Migrating. Yeah, tell me about...
Hey, we need to do some English class here.
Honestly, bro. Honestly.
You don't even know what
I mean, English is only my fifth language.
Shut the fuck up. You only speak two.
No, five. Farsi, my first language. Pashto is my second language. I kind of suck at it, but I think I could get my way around town. Urdu, what Indian people speak, just from watching Bollywood movies and stuff.
You talk to Indian people too?
Yeah, I was in India. And then
My boy.
around town I was just speaking Hindi, and then English.
Okay. That's four.
That's four. Okay.
All right.
I meant to say four.
Go ahead and show me. Speak some Indian.
Indian?
Yeah, I want to see.
I mean, we'll invite
No,
an
just
Indian.
do it right now.
You want me to speak Hindi?
Yeah.
क्या बताऊँ तुझको और तुमको?
That's not how Indian
आता है
people
मुझको Hindi. See, that's what I just said. Like I said, we'll have an Indian guest for that, and then we'll have a little convo. So talk to me.
Okay, before that, just press this down like I did. It's like in your mouth. Yeah, make it more relaxed.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, Sam, tell me about the
You
move.
tell me about yours, because I'm laughing too much right now.
Okay.
How old were you when you came here? 14?
I was 14. I had just turned 14.
Okay.
My birthday is October 27. Shout out to all the Scorpions. Keep hating us.
No, actually, you're one of those people that I have a hard time hitting on. You just,
What do you mean? Hating on?
yeah.
Oh, thought you said hitting on, fam.
No, bro. We ain't about that. But yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Scorpions just have such a bad reputation, but I think we're nice.
Yeah.
I think we're sweet. But yeah, I was 14, and we flew. I'm Afghan, by the way, guys. I moved from Kabul, Afghanistan, when I was 14. We took a flight from Kabul to Dubai, and then we had a long layover, and then from Dubai to New York, and then New York to here, California. And we first lived in Fremont for like a month.
Yeah.
I was there for a month on it, just like finding, proper housing, I guess, a good area that we can go to school. These are things obviously my parents were doing, not me. I was 14 at that time.
And then you moved into Concord?
And then
Right
we
after
moved to Martinez.
Martinez.
Moved to Martinez.
Same area.
Here, let's not give our locations away, fam. But let's just say California. But honestly, moving here was not easy. I'm sure a lot of us can relate. People that moved here, it wasn't easy, especially for our parents. I mean, what about you? How old were you?
I was 7. I mean, I have been here a couple of times before I actually moved in.
Oh, interesting.
California.
Interesting.
But I assume it was you guys, when you moved in, it was your first time being in the U.S., right?
First time. First time actually. Yeah, first
I
time.
came here when I was like 9, and they came here when I was like 14, 15. And then I came here at 17 and just started high school, my last year of high school here. So I was here a couple of times before.
So how old were you when you first moved here?
17.
Like visit.
Visited?
Yeah.
9. I think my
9.
earliest one was 9 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you would kind of come here, what were some of the differences that you would notice, back home in Iran, and then you come to America?
I mean, when you come here as a tourist, it's a little different because you don't really get to see how the cultural differences are. You're going to be here only for like a couple of weeks, so it's not.
Yeah, you're visiting.
Exactly, it's not a big time. You don't have a lot of time to notice a lot of difference. The main difference that you notice is like how the buildings are built different.
Yeah.
How much more convenience you have in the U.S. compared to the Middle East. So things like that. It's just the appearance stuff.
Appearance.
Yeah, but once you actually move in here and immigrate and start a new life here, then that's when you start hitting the hardships and notice a lot of cultural differences, differences in perspective, stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't feel a lot of differences in the first 2 times, but the third time that I actually immigrated, that's when I started to feel, hey, this shit is totally different than what I expected.
Yeah.
And it was different for me because I already had perception in my mind of how USA was because I've already been here. I had already been there twice. But the third time you come in and you're like, oh, I was actually wrong for those first 2 times because I was just visiting.
Yeah.
So
not the same.
Yeah, exactly. I was surprised.
Yeah.
But how was yours?
Before I answer that, what was the reason you kind of like moved to America?
So the reason
what was the reason for that move?
I think everyone has the same reason. Everyone comes to the United States, the promised land for better opportunities, live a better life, more convenient. Especially in the Middle East with the war situation going on and also the inflation, especially in our country, people can't do shit. The money that they earn, they don't that money is not worth anything. You can't buy shit with that. So that's one of them. Unemployment is high. The government's corrupt. Air pollution. There's so many excuses for you to try to get out of that area right now. Even though it's rich in history, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. But like living there, it just takes a toll on you, man.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And pretty much with me, all of that, what you said, on top of that, there is your country's in the middle of a war. You know, Afghanistan, obviously. The Taliban are there and, you know, just...
It's not safe to live.
For me, for us, I would say, is more than just quality of life. Well, I'm talking basic human needs. Having that security to actually just step out your house and, you know what, be like, okay, I'm going to come back. Or your loved ones, you know. And I remember, you know, like I said, I was 14 when I moved here and I grew up there. And I remember I would go to school on the way. I would hear, oh, you know, on our way, there's, you know, a suicide bomber that, you know, just...
For real?
Yeah, it's just stuff like that. So there would be like explosion on the way to school. And then I'd be like, you know what, okay, let's not go to school today. So turn back, go home. Or, for example, you know, an explosion happened in an area and I'm like, dude, I was there yesterday or I was there 30 minutes ago.
Living in a constant fear of, hey, am I going to live tomorrow or not?
And
that's fucking scary.
But think of this, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And people were so used to that, even us, like that was so normalized to us that, hey, oh, there was an explosion that happened. Okay. 10 minutes later, you forget about it. And
it happens so many times.
It happens so many times. Yeah. So for us, coming to America, it was, you know, having that security, having an equal, also obviously, you know, there's not potential, you know.
What kind of potential?
Like career-wise, there's not.
Same thing. I didn't see myself in a good future living in Iran, honestly.
Yeah.
I was like 16 years old. I was like, hey, what the fuck am I going to do growing up here? That one of the things that I really hated growing up was like, especially with my family, everyone says, hey, you either got to be an engineer, you either got to be a doctor. Yeah. Because those are the only 2 careers that you can really make money from in the Middle East. Everything else, like being a businessman, doesn't really do a lot. Yeah. And other stuff, there are not a lot of work opportunities and diversity in the Middle East. And I didn't like any of them. So I thought to myself, I'm going to go to college, spend 4 years there in Iran, and what the fuck am I going to do when I come out? And the unemployment is high. So a lot of people go through college in Iran, they get their 4-year degree, and they start working in Uber. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to do that.
There's nothing else to do.
And I had the opportunity to come here, so I was like, I convinced my parents, hey, we need to get out of here. Yeah. Otherwise,
And it's sad because obviously there is a number, there's a limit on how much the U.S. can allow, to come to America. Yeah, there is. They can't just, obviously you have to go through that immigration process. You have to get selected. Yeah. If it's you winning the lottery or if it's you being sponsored to come to America, or if it's you, you have a job opportunity and some like a work sponsors you. But overall, coming to America is a big deal.
It's hard for immigrants for sure.
I mean, I remember I told when I found out that I'm going to America with my family, my friends, everybody just start congratulating us. Yeah. And obviously we had seen the movies, like how America was, but it was coming here was different, man. Like we came here, the first thing I noticed was I'm like, wow, these tires on these cars are so clean. That's the first thing I noticed, because it was like where I come from is very, it was polluted and, wasn't that clean. A lot of dirt, I'd say. And over here, that's the first thing I noticed. Like, wow, these tires, these cars are so freaking clean.
That's crazy, man. So, see, like this very simple things that outsiders notice when they come to US And it's just so fucking simple here. Like you don't pay attention to it. And like if you live here, if you grow up here, that's crazy.
And that's what I mean. For example, having that, let's say, equal opportunity in life with everything, with work, or having that, security. You step outside the house.
Just the basic stuff.
Basic human needs.
Yeah.
Basic human needs. For example, we would, in Afghanistan, freaking electricity would just went out for like 2 days straight. 3 days straight.
3 days straight.
What shit like
fuck?
that. Yeah. So it's the little things that we have here that I feel like we need to be a little bit more grateful for.
That's why I used to keep telling people when I was first here, after I immigrated, I was like, hey, you guys take a lot of things for granted.
Yeah.
And I don't. But after a while, I realized I'm becoming just like them. I'm not, appreciating things as much anymore.
We get used to it,
Yeah, exactly. You get used to it, yeah.
But like as long as we're grateful, and we take a step back, here and there, and just
man,
be thankful.
Coming to America is actually hard, like you said, because most of my friends, my high school friends, I think I was the only one able to come to America. The rest of them, they're like in a bunch of other countries, like Canada, Serbia, Cyprus, some in the UK.
Yeah.
So like everyone's scattered around too. That's another thing. Like a lot of young kids are actually running away from their home country and just immigrating in hopes of having a better life. And I've talked to all of them, and every one of them said, hey, I'm having a hard time adjusting to the culture. Yeah. And think about it. We're all from the same area, but we went to different parts of the world. So it's not just the culture here. It's like worldwide thing that, hey, when you immigrate and at like age of 18, 17, it's hard to adjust.
Very hard because...
They're having a hard time finding friends. Even if you have a good English, that doesn't mean you can find friends easily. And one of the other things that I've noticed is that they all tell me that, hey, most of their friends, they're also immigrants.
Yeah.
So they don't find a lot of friends that actually grew up in the country that they immigrated to, which is also fascinating. Like, why is that the thing?
Let me tell you. I mean, that's how it is because the human brain will take you places to keep you the safest. And you feel safe around people that are, I'd say, similar to you.
Okay.
Immigrants, I think we all kind of connect in that, right? We're all immigrants. If it's us all escaping something like a war-torn country or, not having security, we all share that in common. So that kind of automatically connects us.
So you think they find comfort in that? Or they do that?
What I'm trying to say is the reason why immigrants meet other immigrants and they connect is because they have something to connect with.
Okay.
And like I said, it's the brain, keeping you or like giving you the stuff that it kind of thinks that I
kind of get what you're saying.
If that makes sense.
It's easier to connect with the other people that are immigrated because you have the same story you connect on them. But also, I also think that a lot of us don't want to change when we come to a new country. We want to hold on to the old things that we had. And so like the comfort zone is to connect with the people that are from your culture. I personally, when I came here, I was aware of that. So I was like, fuck it, man. I don't want to befriend a lot of Middle Easterns. Not to be racist, but I just wanted to push out of
Fuck you, fam.
I just wanted to push out of my comfort zone and see, hey, can I make friends with the people that actually grew up here? And I felt miserably at it in the beginning. So the first year, I didn't have a lot of American friends. They're most like Chinese, Middle Eastern.
All over
the place, yeah. But then as I started working in different places, I got more comfortable, like, communicating on a daily basis with the people that grew up here and also adjusting to their culture a little bit, but still holding on to mine as well. So kind of combining them, and then it made it easier. But I think the most important thing for all the immigrants, especially coming at a young age here, is to, hey, try to push yourself out of your comfort zone as far as making friends go. Even if you're going to have a hard time in the beginning adjusting to it, at the end of the day, try to think ahead in life. Hey, 10 years from now, am I still going to be hanging out with my Persian community for the rest of my life, or am I going to be able to expand my network and live a more successful life?
Well, first things first, people need to realize, and I hope that they've already realized, is that moving to a country is not easy. You know what I mean? And
not at all.
There's a lot of difficulties if it's you making new friends, if it's you learning the language, or if it's you
financially,
or if it's you kind of connecting in the society. Because as humans, like how most of us, how we work is in packs.
Yeah.
You know, we work well off with each other. We're not made to be alone, honestly.
We function in a society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, you could be alone and all you want, like you can enjoy that time, but
Yeah.
overall we want to associate with others and, you know, grow off that and stuff like that. But you know, people need to realize that it's hard. For example, with me, adjusting like the smallest things, like going to high school and leaving your classroom to go to your next period. For us, you would sit in the class
and the
teachers would change.
Yeah.
Right? Same with you, right?
Yeah.
So for me, for example, that first week of school, me having to leave that class, go to my next class,
my boy
I was lost. I would go to the office every time. I was like, yo, I need to go to this class.
Alice in Wonderland.
I'm telling you, like those were the difficulties we were having.
Yeah.
And coming to America or moving a country, you know, to a different country, you have to adjust and restart everything.
Yeah. And
so,
it needs to be fast if you want to live without a lot of pain, I would say.
And then you come to America. I mean, look at this. And honestly, these immigrants, they're very hardworking people.
Most of them are.
If you go to these dealerships and stuff like that, their best salesmen are like Middle Easterns. Because we're really good with people. You know, we know what to say.
They're good. We have a lot of good businessmen for sure.
Of course. And I was having, you know, I was having this conversation when I was down in LA with, I think, some Jewish kids. And we were just connecting. We're like, bro, people that are born here and raised here, they don't really know what America is when it comes to the land of opportunity.
They don't see a lot of.
They don't see, and and me and him were connecting. We're like, bro, you know, he was also, you know, some of them, they had also moved here, and then we were like, dude, you come to this country and you see there's so many opportunities here. When it comes to just, you know, working, making money, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, it's amazing. And we're so thankful for that.
Yeah.
And that's why, honestly, most of these immigrants that move here, they're usually just looking for a better life, make money, and just feed their family.
So what do you think? So looking back, so you've been here for 13 years, right?
13?
Yeah,
I moved here. Right? I moved here December of 2007.
2007 is 2020, so it's 13.
Yeah.
How have you changed, or how have you changed compared to what kind of person you would have been if you had stayed in Afghanistan?
Oh, completely different, I would say.
Give me some details on it.
It's hard to say because
a lot more ladies.
What?
A lot of ladies.
Where?
Here.
A lot of everything. A lot of everything. From
the lineup is looking good right now.
But it's because, I mean, the person I am today is because of the things I've been through.
Yeah,
you know, if it's me moving to America, I've had different experiences. If I was in Afghanistan, obviously I wouldn't have had these experiences, so I would have definitely been a different person. Leave that. There's a chance I wouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? There could have been anything because of the amount of
Safi.
I would have died or something. You know? So I am very thankful. I mean, that's when we get together with my family, and honestly, that I always tell them, like, you know, bringing us to America was probably the biggest gift you have given us. You know, my parents, and every day, you know, I try to do my best. If it comes to working or if it comes to just anything, man, I feel like I've been given this opportunity in this land to just be whoever I want to be, and at the same time, you know, help the ones that are not here. You know, my goal is obviously, you know, become something and be in a position where I could give back to my community and just people in need in general. Yeah. So,
what do you think what kind of advice would you give to people that are going to immigrate here and, you know, they have no clue what's going on? You've been here 13 years, more than I've.
Let me tell them this: it's gonna be hard. You know, it's gonna be hard, just like everything else in life. Just don't give up. Just keep moving forward.
Push out your comfort zone.
Get out of your comfort zone. I would say learn the language. A lot of immigrants don't do this, especially the elders. They don't try to learn the language, and they just continue with their life. as if, everything will be okay. And I feel like us Middle Easterns, we have that, whatever happens. But I feel like learning the language is a big help. And obviously, if you're younger, the age, you'll learn it faster.
You'll learn.
But I would say learn the language, learn the society, see how things work. At the same time, be true to yourself. You know what I mean? Don't change too much where.
That's a good point you brought up.
You have to stay true to yourself. You can't just change completely because, you're in America, leave all the values that you have and just forget family.
Don't conform completely. That's a good point you brought, because I used to have that issue in the beginning. I was trying to change so much and try to adapt to this society. Maybe that'll make me more friends. Then maybe I'll be more loved in here.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel right, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
There
are a lot of things that I like about this society that I don't like about my Persian culture. So what I did was just to combine both of them and take the good parts out of each. And
see what is working for you.
Exactly. And I think that's more attractive than just trying to be someone that is trying so hard to conform and not being who he is. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, be true to yourself.
Yeah.
You will fit in. Just be true to yourself and learn the language. You don't need to completely change. Nothing is that serious, bro. Yeah. Honestly, just don't take life too serious at the same time.
Cool. Be
yourself. Be good to your loved ones. Drink water.
And get your lineup ready.
Huh?
Get the lineup ready.
What lineup?
You already know what I'm talking about.
Get your lineup ready for everything in life, man. Make sure you're chasing the right things.
Full episodes of the Nonsiders Podcast are now available on our website. Go check them out. Peace.